Well, July has officially been the hottest recorded month on Earth. And I thought I'd be remiss if we didn't address how heat affects somebody with Parkinson's. And before I even get into that, I just want to say I have been living in Austin, Texas for almost 30 years. And I know what it's like to be hot. I've dealt with dehydration with my kids, with myself, especially when you're active, but I've also dealt with it with my father, who had Parkinson's. So I've really been thinking a lot about this and some of the special considerations for people with Parkinson's and dealing with the heat. Of course, the first thing I want to talk about is dehydration. And that is something you need to take into consideration every single day, and that's for a number of reasons. One of the things that comes to mind is how someone with Parkinson's is impacted by secondary illnesses or issues. Like, for instance, if you have a bladder infection, you can make your Parkinson's worse. If you're hospitalized for any reason, a lot of people kind of have a setback. Dehydration can also cause that, and of course that can happen with the heat. And then one of the biggest concerns that I have for people is orthostatic hypotension, which is a symptom that not everyone deals with, but it is a problem when someone's blood pressure drops rapidly, and it's because of the autonomic dysfunction that can be caused from Parkinson's. It can also be caused purely from some of the medications that you might be on. What happens with orthostatic hypotension, the symptoms you might feel are lightheadedness or dizziness, and somebody might observe you getting a blank look on your face, all of a sudden stop talking mid-sentence. Often that will happen as you're changing positions. So you might get up from bed in the morning and all of a sudden you pass out, or you fall down, or you just start wobbling. It can happen just a transition from seated to standing. So these are things that are really concerning, of course, can lead to falls and can be dangerous. So some of the things that I really want you to think about are how you can stay hydrated. Think about what some of the complications are that you're dealing with when it comes to drinking a lot of water. I know a lot of people do not want to be drinking water all day long. If you're feeling dehydrated, you know you need to drink water, but what about if you're also having bladder incontinence? So there's that balance, because a lot of people, they don't want to drink that much because they're afraid they're going to have to go to the bathroom. And or they may feel, there's certain times of the day where it's hard to walk. I mean, you might feel slower, your medications are wearing off, and it's hard to make it to the restroom. So maybe being on a schedule could help you. Another big issue I see for people with Parkinson's, with the heat that we're suffering from, is social isolation, depression, anxiety about the state of the world. I mean, that's something that a lot of people are dealing with. But for someone with Parkinson's, it's so important that you maintain your social connections. Make a phone call. Try to talk to a friend or to your family, at least one person every day. And try to stay active. So try, if you're not able to go out and take a walk, which we can't do that here in Texas unless we go before 8 a.m., turn on the video and get a short burst of exercise in. Even if you do that once or twice a day for 10 or 15 minutes, it's better than sitting on the couch all day long. So those are some really big issues I see with the heat. The solutions to managing the heat are not that different from anyone else managing the heat, but you really need to stay on top of it. You need to try to stay in a cool place. If you have air conditioning, of course, keep your air on, use a fan, wear light clothing, and try to stay active, try to socialize, try to keep up those important connections. And then the big one, the one we've been talking about for the most of the time, is staying hydrated. And on that note, I just want to show you several water bottle options. These are all from our office staff, and everyone has their favorite. I hope you find your favorite because you need to have it by your side all day long. So first of all, we have this one that Zoe and Garden loved. This one has a straw and it's insulated. So some people find having a straw with their water bottle really helps them keep drinking all day long. I have another one. Notice our Power for Parkinson's. We don't sell these, by the way, but it's a Yeti, and this one's insulated, and on the top, it has a really easy top that you can just sip right out of. That's my favorite. Although I do also like this one that has a straw inside. So this is another one that's really easy to sip, and it's insulated, keeps your water cool. Another PFP version, but you can always find your version, your type of water bottle. And then the one that our staff really loves is this one that has the time of day on it. So you can kind of keep up with how much you've drank during the day. And this one has a straw on it too, so it's really cool, really easy to use. The main gist, find the one that you like, keep it next to you all day, and keep sipping it, and stay hydrated. And we're going to get through this. It's going to cool off. Have a great day.